Welcome along. It is VAFA Premier B Showcase afternoon. All 5 Premier B VAFA games live and free this afternoon on VAFA TV. Gordon Barnard Reserve is the venue for this top 4 clash in the VAFA Premier B. It's the undefeated Collegians on the road facing the 4th placed Old Camberwell. Jack Thornton is my name. Alongside me, arguably the best Brownless to come out of Assumption College. Anson Brownless, welcome along.
Yes, good to be here, Jack. And you're right, what a cracking day at GBO, the home deck of Old Camberwell. And the visiting Collegians, who have won plenty this year, mate. So they'll be wanting to add to that, but we'll see how Old Camberwell hold up today. Be interesting clash.
Yeah, you wouldn't want for better conditions. It was a bright and sunny morning earlier on, and just a little zephyr rolling across GBO this afternoon with some cloud cover rolling in. Hopefully the rain stays away and we get good conditions. Hey, this is a thrilling matchup, these two teams who played earlier in the year. It was Collegians who came out on top after getting challenged early by Old Camberwell in that one. Yeah,
they pushed them in that second quarter, Old Camberwell, and they'll probably reflect on that a little bit. They got some dirty entries. We know Collegians have got some fine backmen who repel and run and spread. So I think that's important to get stoppages, forward entries for Camberwell, and just hold that footy in and not let Collegians run out of that back line, Jack.
Yeah, speaking with Neil Connell earlier in the week, he was saying that they want to try and junk it up somewhat this week, and obviously formidable outfit, Collegians, but it's going to be difficult. 6 changes this week for Old Camberwell.
Yeah, I think a few have gone to the snow, I think, Jack.
That's
no. I think there's some genuine ones there. There's a couple of hammies. Young Westy, he's done the hammy. So what it does do, though, it brings in some young opportunities for some young kids from the school. I think we've got a young Hardman, Freddie, debuting today. He's in Year 10 at Old Camberwell. We're trying to go through the record books, Jack. We're not sure if we've had a Year 10 from the school play with the old boys. And he's got a few mates with him today from the school. So it's exciting to see this youth get some opportunities.
Yeah, certainly does. 3 of the current crop coming through the Camberwell program, the Camberwell Grammar program, that is, on, well, if they're not in their debut, they're on their second game in the seniors. And similarly for Collegians, a few ins and outs for them. They're missing the big presence of Sam Frost, but they welcome back Hugh Johnson this week.
Oh, Big Huey, the captain and best on ground in the Vic rep side. What a colossus he is, and he'll have to be watched today. Garnett Brennan in the ruck for Old Camberwell. He has a go, but he'll be up against it today, I think.
So this has been the pre-game warm-up, thanks to Holmes Glen. Holmes Glen, leading provider of vocational and higher education with 40 years experience and more than 140,000 graduates. It's TAFE at its best. And as mentioned, special comments this afternoon, thanks to Hit IQ's game-changing Protect Concussion Management System, is Anson Brownless. We must have missed the toss in this excitement. Slight delay in the Rezzies game earlier. We must have missed the toss, but it appears that it will be
Camberwell to the scoreboard
to the right of your dial. So it'll be them in their traditional navy and sky blue. Collegians in their traditional purple and gold kit. Saw a nice looking kit from them, the heritage type number a couple of weeks ago in this Premier B competition.
Looks like Matty Warren down on Liam Thomas.
Keep an eye on those matchups. It'll be Johnson and Garnett Brennan in the ruck to get this one started. Johnson gets first use out of the ruck. Found Kenny Ong down at ground level. He was stymied. Ball falls in the direction of Ong again. Clears up. He gets corralled. That's the debutant, Hardman, who applied the physical pressure. They'll get the first entry inside 50 here through Josh Gale. Ball was hovering around ground level. Picking up around the feet was Luke Davidson. Couldn't quite get a shot on goal. And Collegians will try and exit through Greaves. This is good pressure here from Old Camberwell. And it's going to come straight back. Dalrymple stands underneath it. And he'll try and enter back into attacking 50 for Camberwell.
One of the more experienced, Will Dalrymple, hits up there. And good little hit up. And they've got to be patient here, Old Camberwell. They can't afford to turn this one over.
Dicey kick. Dalrymple ended up on it again. Hugh Johnson immediately wraps him up. The umpire says he'll have it. It's about 65, 70 metres out from the Camberwell goal. Johnson gets his own ball from the hit out and spirals a big high speculator up into the middle of GBO. Ball comes off a couple of sets of hands, falls the way of Thomas Oliver. And his chipping ball to the outer side finds the target. That's Lockie Ross. Centre wing position. Trying to present forward to Camberwell here. They'll try the hit up target. A juggling attempt on the ball there was Nick Graves. That falls off his hand and out of play. They'll throw it back in about 55 out.
Yeah, good clean ball movement. They went from one side of half back to the other and get a stoppage in just outside the forward 50 Camberwell's end.
Johnson and Brennan again. Brennan this time the front position in the contest. Stymied immediately. And they'll ball it up pretty much on the paint of 50.
And how's Big Hugh? He's just a big player, isn't he? Hard to budge there.
He just looks like a different cut, doesn't he, as he stepped out on the field. He's got that experience at the next level up through Port and Sandy VFL programs. He was a Sandy Dragon product back in the day as well.
Here's Jimmy Allen with the ball. Get him involved early.
173 games for him for Camberwell. He'll choose to go backwards to go forwards. They'll ship it around the back, finding Oliver again. Not a lot forward, manned up pretty well. Presenting well at the ball though. And they get a mark around halfway. Long inside 50. Johnson just uncontested back in the hole. And he'll spread it through Graves. This is going to be tough. Hardman did really well. He broke up that contest on debut. He's been busy early, hasn't he? I like the look of him.
Freddie. Love his pressure. He's not timid in any way. He's hard at the contest, Freddie.
Well done. Years, isn't he? He's going to get the clearance here too. Put McCole under a bit of pressure, going to the tip of the goal square. Snap on goal. We'll go through for one behind.
Good spot there, young Rossi. Front and centre, had a snap on goal.
So, one straight behind Old Camberwell. Leaning Collegians yet to score. That's the first quarter for the Elgin Inn. Ball in dispute again around half back. Hardman's around it again for Camberwell. Ball's around ground level in dispute. Greaves went up the line, found his target in Pockney. He got wrapped up immediately and he's going to go for a little trip here. Umpire says, come with me. A little overzealous was Will Dalrymple.
He was, Will. He's just got to hold up there. Cost the team, and there's a deep entry there. He'll be kicking on 40-45.
So it will be Will Pockney. 27 goals on the season. You wouldn't say this is beyond him, but it'll take his very best. Wind sort of blowing from that Baldwin Leisure Centre side of the ground towards our commentary position.
Out to the right, I think, Jack. Right goalpost.
Kicks from the paint of 50. Looks pretty good off the boot. Liked it off the boot too.
Great kick.
Will Pockney opens the account for Collegians this afternoon. One straight 6 Collegians, one behind Camberwell. Elgin Inn scoreboard.
Bit of a shame there. Will Dalrymple giving away that 50. The Wellers worked so hard to keep that in the forward line. A couple of clean kicks, and they've ended up made the most of it with Pockney kicking a great goal.
That's what they do so well, Collegians. They'll hit you on that counter attack, and they're just clinical when they go forward. And it goes to show why they're the class of the competition this year. And obviously, Camberwell will want to try and do what they can to stifle their attack. Johnson's going to get the clearance off the Brennan win in the ruck. Finds his man in Wilson McDonald. This ball should go deep inside 50 to the hot spot. Ong tried to go back with the flight, couldn't quite. Ground level was D'Amico. Got the hands out to the side, found his man in Belby. And it'll go touch through for one behind. Collegians lead by a straight kick. 5 minutes gone, first quarter.
That would all started from Hugh Johnson again out of the middle. Big Garnett Brennan's got to watch him. He's getting lots of ball in those ball ups around the middle.
Manned up pretty well around the ground here, have Collegians. Camberwell have it all to do coming out of defence. That's a nice kick, finds Charles Robinson. Up the line now in the Brennan direction. Johnson's at the drop of the ball and just too strong on that occasion. His kick smothered immediately off the mark and off to the races. Dave McCall, hands over the top. He's got the outside runner, finds Davidson. Looking towards goal, sets sail for home. Kicks off target. Lots of time and space back there. Jordan Carroll will mop up the scraps. He'll try and exit out of D50 and does to Wilson McDonald.
What an opportunity. The Wellers got Collegians on the hop there with the smother and the ball going the other way. They just couldn't make the most of that entry, unfortunately.
Nice grab over the top, Scott Balby. His hands inside, finds Will Johnson. Looking to the hot spot again. Ong's around the fall of it. He'll collect possession. Got tackled by two immediately. Not quite sure how he got that one out of there. Ball's going to spill out the side to Lukic, who snaps and goals.
Bit too easy, that one. Collegians just in the right spot at the right time in front and got the reward there with a nice snap.
Collegians 2-1-13 leading Camberwell, who, based on the scoreboard here at the ground, are yet to score, but fairly sure they had one behind through a moment ago.
Young Rossi got it behind, yeah.
Elgin Inn scoreboard. Elgin Inn been the principal partner of Old Camberwell for years. Old Camberwell, and proud to wear the Elgin Inn on their jumper, and can't thank Jeff O'Meara enough for his consistent support. Visit the Elgin Inn down on Burwood Road today. Nice new facility they've got going in down there at the Elgin.
There you have. It's a great pub to get down to, the Elgin, and even better once they've done these renos.
Back in the middle, balls scrambled around. It was Brennan that won the hit out that time. Johnson and Brennan, you'd imagine, will just go at it all afternoon against each other. And again here, Johnson wins the first touch. Got it to ground level. Bazzani was under there. Umpire crosses himself up and he'll ball it up again. Brennan wins the hit out. Ball's at ground level. No one really wanted to go dive on top of it. Throwing his head over it was Pinchbeck. And they'll exit the centre through Oakley. Kerr inside 50. Ball off a couple of sets of hands. First to it was Lukic. And they'll ball it up 40 odd metres around. 45-degree angle, let's say, from the Collegians' goal.
Yeah, Camberwell just need to hold them up a bit here and maintain possession. They're giving it up quite easily at the moment, and Collegians making the most of it with a couple of quick goals.
Pinchbeck got tied up by a swag of Wellers. Johnson wins the hit out into the shoebox.
Stoppages will be their best friend today, I think, just holding up that relentless Collegians run.
Johnson, another hit out. He's having his way in the ruck so far. And another ball up around attacking 50 for Collegians. Johnson again wins the hit out at the back door. They'll finally get a clear kick scrambled out. Oh, the hands were a little bit sloppy from the Wellers out of defensive 50. Found its way to McDonald. McDonald found it to Pinchbeck. It's congested football in there at the moment. The high ride inside 50. Lukic is at the back and will grab. Jump. Plays on, kicks a goal.
He's a super talent, isn't he? Just read that beautifully and just climbed over the Wellers backman there to take a grab and had the presence to play on and kick truly running into goal.
3 games at Box Hill over the course of 2026, and in his spare time, 5.5 goals a game at the Premier B level, if you don't mind, for Alex Lukic. He's got 2 this afternoon. 3-1-19 leading Old Camberwell, 1 behind. Elgin in scoreboard.
Might be fully fit, Jack. I think he ran straight off then after a lovely snag. They might be just limiting his time today, I think.
It's a luxury that you can afford when you're in the position they are on the ladder. Obviously a difficult, one of the tougher matchups they'd have over the course of the season. Another finals contender in Camberwell. Oh, another lovely hit out from Johnson right in the breadbasket. They'll turn it over, trying to clear the stoppage. Chiseling ball forward. It's going to be a hold and a free kick going the direction of Camberwell. Opportunity to send it inside 50 once more for them. A little bit of body work there was well done by Putris. They'll try and spread out of D50 here through Greaves. Greaves has the overlap run if he wants it. Does in the end. Warren had to stop and prop. He turns, he shoots, finds it to McGuinness. Right half back. That's far too easy. An exit out of defensive 50 here. But they're going to turn it back over. Oh, I didn't quite know what to do with it, Oliver. He ended up winning his own ball back, carries it out of play. Did well to break even there in the end. It looked like that could have been warning signs for the Wellers. Yeah,
that run and carry, the received handball. So after they release the ball, Collegians, they are just full of run off half back and get it back and back again and just pump it into that forward line.
Well, one at the front position for Camberwell. Heads out towards the boundary line. Be thrown up once more. Oliver doing the dirty work, getting his head over the footy. The hit out was one. It was collected by Ong on the outside of the stoppage. Heads to the hot spot right in front of goal. Fisted towards the mouth and through for one rush behind.
Notice every stoppage, Collegians just getting their hands on the ball, nice and clean, quick handballs or a quick kick and just getting it forward. And they've had a lot more entries in this early part of the game than the Wellers.
Well, they seem pretty content to try and just clear the stoppage. They don't want, obviously you spoke earlier about the Wellers wanting to knock the ball up and junk it up a little bit for want of a better term. But, oh, that's a terrific mark on that outer side.
That's Graves.
Graves did well.
Kid,
Mark of the day contender. That's for Jefferson Automotive Group. Long ball down the line. Went in the direction of a handful of Wellers. They're going to get knotted up immediately. The umpire's going to do him for holding the ball. Bit hard done by there, he would feel. Young Garnet Brennan. Ball towards attacking 50 for Collegians, turned over. Well taken. There's a man down behind play for Camberwell. As this one heads inside attacking 50. Long looping handball was in the direction of Rutledge. He did well to get the ball out of the tackle and then wrapped up immediately.
And we talk about their free-flowing ability, Collegians, but look, they're tough at it too. When they haven't got possession, they make it very hard for the opposition to get clean ball.
Did well there, Johnson, just to guide it down the throat of Max Pinchbeck. Another stoppage in the middle. Gets out the Collegian side of the stoppage towards centre wing position. Juggling mark was well taken. Chipping ball in the Johnson direction. He releases immediately. Left half forward position. Ball skips through. Here's Greaves. Chiseling ball inside. That's a terrific hit up target.
Geez, he was patient there, waited for the lead and hit him up. It's good footy from Collegians, and they'll get another shot on about 40 out. Bit of an angle, but if he aims for that right goalpost again, that should swing it back home.
Jasper Davey, who he's touching the ball about 16 times a game over the course of 2026. He'll kick from pretty much on the paint of 50. Kicks on the way. It didn't look like it was much of a chance. Hangs it out to the left, and that's one behind.
The Wellers just need some possession here. They've got to hold this footy. They're turning it over with Collegians' pressure. Just need to hang on to it and get some time with the ball. Let's see what they can do here with the kick-in.
So Fraser Wells brings it back into play. Wind holds that one up somewhat, but at the front position was Thomas, and he'll get rewarded for being first to it.
He's had to come up high, Thomas, to get that mark.
I think he was just doing that secondary ruck duty a couple of moments ago against Johnson before he came off the ground. The wind's going to carry that one out towards the boundary line. Did Wells. Ball falls out of play. It'll be a Lasso free kick. Centre wing position right in front of our broadcast. position this afternoon. Greaves will bring it back into play, and he does. Finds the target there of Pockney. He's got targets up the line. Lukic wants it on his head. He's got 2 to beat. That's a well-taken grab back in the hole. Liam Thomas rose and took it at the highest point over the top of Lukic. Around defensive 50 goes Hart, or around the last line of defence, I beg your pardon, is Hart. Here's Oliver. His kick was touched off the boot. He'll get it back again. And now a better looking kick outside 50. First to the ball was the punch of Pinchbeck. Mucking around with it a little bit here are the Wellers, and that turns over inside 50 the entry. It's going to be on a hop to Wilson McDonald, and he carries it out of play in that right forward pocket. 35 around from the Collegians goal.
Can't get it past the centre. The Wellers coming out from the back line. They keep turning it over. Just need to hold possession through the middle.
Lukic on ruck duty, tried to follow it up at ground level. He'll have another go here. Well won from behind, Thomas. A lot of congestion underneath the pack there. They'll ball it up once more, pretty much on the paint of 50. Off a couple of sets of hands. About 17 minutes gone on the Elgin Inn scoreboard. Collegians 3-3-21. Old Camberwell 1 behind. Down the line, that's well taken on the intercept. They'll go at pace here, finding Kenny Ong. Probably too far out to score here. He'll try and find the target of Lukic, forward pocket, 2 to beat. Couldn't fly at it. And he's going to get rewarded. They'll say he was pushed and impeded. And he'll have an opportunity to go back and kick his third.
Yeah, he's such a dominant target, Lucic. And Tommy Oliver there just pushing him out of the way, unfortunately, with the pressure of that quick ball coming in.
So Lukic, we mentioned earlier, just over 5 goals a game this season so far. Opportunity to get number 3 on the afternoon. Tough angle, loved it off the boot, but just falls to the skinny side, 1 behind.
Hard to kick from that pocket, that far pocket.
So Camberwell desperate to try and get some form of momentum going in their direction. It's not going to happen here as Parsons gets the intercept inside 50. Lukic again!
What a jump. That is up there for mark of the day. He's jumped from 3 deep and just climbed across and taken an absolute specky. With a quick kick back in. This is the problem old Camberwell are having. They just can't connect through their back half into their midfielders, and they're turning it over, and it's another quick kick in, and Lukic on the jump takes a great mark.
He'll kick directly in front, no angle to speak of. 30-odd metres out. On the runway, kicks on the way, loves it off the boot, and he gets his third of the day. Becoming a real handful for the old Camberwell defence. Collegians 4-4-28, leading Camberwell 1 behind. That's on the Elgin Inn scoreboard.
And it doesn't get any easier. Huey's come back on. Big Huey Johnson in the middle. I think they've got to just get more involved, the Camberwell mids. I'd like to see them roving off Huey. Let's see if they can get some touches, early touches, get back into this game quickly.
They're just getting all the use. Easy hands on the ball. It feels like they've got time and space where the Wellers maybe don't at this stage. As we enter time on in the first quarter, Brennan did well on that occasion to stifle as Ong got wrapped up immediately. Great tackle from Harker. His kick a little bit off the side of the boot, might come back here. Well broken even then from Davidson. They'll flick it out the side of the pack. That was at the fall of it, McGuinness, and Ball trickles out of play for a throw in. This is a little bit better from the Wellers.
It's our first entry for about 10 minutes, the Weller, so let's see if we can make the most of it.
Tumbles back into play, about 55 around. Johnson front position, clean as you like. Quick hands, he's got time and space here. On this near sideline is Carroll. Carroll had 3 Wellers confront him, managed to get it out of there. Quick hands, close confined space as well. Pockney exits the congestion. Heading into the forward 50. Doing well there, going back with it was Hart. He'll exit towards the sideline. There's a handful of Wellers around the ball. None of them really wanted to attack the pill. A little carom out of play right in front of the Collegians bench.
Yeah, we had a good look at the Collegians. Their willingness to share the ball and run for each other was on show there. And then a quick, deep entry. They're very dangerous today.
Johnson at the front again. Shows a clean set of heels too. Getting out of that stoppage. Nice entry inside 50 off the chest of Greaves this time. Ball tied up again. 35 out. Left forward pocket for Collegians. They would be hoping to get another goal on the board. Camberwell will do anything they can to try and stop it. Shoving it on the boot was Oliver. Out towards that Collegians bench again. And happy to escort it out of play.
Just well set up, aren't they, Collegians? Slow play in their forward line, and their backs can just roll up and set up. Very disciplined side.
Short looking throw in. Johnson will be first to it. Parries it down to ground level. Off the boot was smothered by Pinchbeck. Well tied up was Smith. One of those Year 12 products you were talking about before. He'll exit the stoppage, gets a second touch in as many, well, possessions really. Chipping ball into the middle of the ground, found Putris. Lost the handle on it. Gathered well, running through was Carroll. Inside 50 finds Ong. Ong was confronted by Smith immediately, wrapped up by a couple of Wellers actually. Smith's been good. I've been impressed by his game down in D50.
There he is, yeah.
Yeah, he's right amongst it. Ball off a couple of sets of hands, and Hart is the man to get it out of 50. And they're just swarming her over the ball at the moment, Collegians. Falls in the direction there of Johnson, that's Will. Shuffles a little kick inside 50, a little bit strong for the two Collegians in there. Snapping towards goal, and
that's Smith again.
Smith took the grab uncontested. They're a little bit panicked in D50 here. They'll kick it out towards that sideline, and geez, somehow did a really good job of keeping that in bounds.
Rutledge
did well. His kick finds the man there in Bullock. And this is where Collegians have done so well. They need to find some run and spread here, the Wellers, and they'll try and do that with the long switch around their defensive 50. That's a tough-looking kick. Went straight in the direction of McGuinness. He ended up with it at ground level. Tackled immediately. And tying the ball up. Pockney was confronted. Doing well to follow up at ground level. That was Brennan. Brennan shoveled a quick handball out the side door. Got it to Rutledge. Rutledge couldn't win it at ground level. Confronted by a couple of Wellers. Umpire said nothing doing. They ball it up, true centre wing position. Johnson wins the tap. That's just classy ruckcraft there from the big number 3. Bouncing ball to defensive 50, or attacking 50, I beg your pardon. Well won there by Rutledge. His chipping ball was punched away from the hands of Bullock. Gathers his own ball, had no one there to help him. Entry inside 50 here from Pinchbeck to the hot spot. Tackled immediately, and that ball will pop out the side. Nothing that Oakley Kerr could do about that one, and off to the races go the Wellers. Presenting well, get up, got to go, lost the handle on it. That was Visser. Yep. Ball's stuck in that sort of cricket wicket type area. Brennan. Good hands forward. Found his man in Graves. No one home for the kick, though.
Didn't
Last
realise
line
he
of defence was
had a
Warren.
bit of time there, Graves. He could have either run in or hit up, but just blazed away and unfortunately turned it over.
They've cleaned it up. Here have Collegians. Johnson.
You've got to make most of your opportunities going forward, the Wellers. They just coughed that one up far too easily.
Oh, it's a nice kick, just perfectly weighted for McDonald. He'll go down the line, has to sit under it now, Greaves. Didn't want it in the end.
Did
Well
well,
contested
Dalrymple.
from behind Dalrymple. Bodies strewn everywhere along that centre wing position. Chipping ball finds its way down there to Davidson. He'll go deep towards attacking 50. Had to stand underneath it. That was Thomas. Couldn't quite. They'll sizzle a little ball out the side. Has to be good here.
Purcell
Turns. Enters deep. Last line of attack. Johnson did really well. Gets rewarded. High tackle. Beg your pardon, that's McGuinness.
Bit unlucky there, the Wellers. They put on some heat, but the free kick went the other way.
This is probably the best period of attack that they've had in this first term, the Wellers. Collegians doing what they can to
Purcell again.
Get on top of it. Out. Purcell did pretty well, got it out to Smith, and they just threw it on the boot. And Putris was around it. Johnson did well to mark. Umpire said not quite far enough, and Putris hits on the switch. Finds the man in D'Amico. Didn't know quite what to do with it. Quick hands inside. It ends up back with D'Amico. Oh, has to stand underneath it. Didn't take the mark, McDonald. Handball out the side door. Got to Putris. His left foot kick inside 50, found no one.
Jimmy Adelins had to go very deep in defence to shut that one down.
Clean it up more than anything. They'll hold it up. Seem pretty content. 27 and a half minutes gone. First term, Elgin in scoreboard. That's a challenging little kick that was well taken by Allen.
Just holding on to the footy a bit longer here. It's not a bad little style, little period.
Oh, that's a tough-looking kick. Dalrymple had to be good and was in the end. Looked like he got taken high and was.
He's very good at that, ducking the body and copping one high there, Dal. He's done that for years.
Low centre of gravity. We'll say, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Switching ball to Oliver. He'll try and drive them into attack one last time before this quarter-time break. The siren will beat them, though. And as we head to quarter-time, it'll be Collegians 4-4-28 leading Old Camberwell one behind. We'll take a quick break here. Be back with you shortly for the quarter-time huddle report. Don't go anywhere here. Premier B Showcase Weekend here on VAFA TV. Welcome back to Gordon Barnard Oval, beg your pardon. This is VAFA Premier B Showcase round. We'll get a look at the quarter-time huddle report for ANZ Mobile Lending, but in the meantime, back underway, second quarter for Mercedes-Benz Waverley. Hugh Johnson gets an early entry inside 50 for Collegians. We'll get a stoppage inside 50. Got a chance to listen in at quarter time down there in the Collegians huddle. Jordy McKenzie thrilled with their efficiency entering 50 in that first term. And hard to blame him. Scoreboard well and truly in Collegians' favour. Now, Hit IQ Protect Concussion Management System special comments this afternoon. Anson Brownless, you were down there in the Wellers huddle.
I did went and had a listen, and the coach pointed out, Neil Connell pointed out, they're just a little bit fumbly and rushed a few decisions. They had a couple of entries. They had about 8 entries for the quarter, but they they weren't clean entries. So he just wants them to be a bit calmer moving forward. And if it's a slow play, just hold it up a little bit. And ball ups are our friend.
Long ball up the line, well taken, back with the flight, Max Pinchbeck. He'll try and drive Collegians into attack, kicking against the wind in this second term. Not much of a wind to speak of, you wouldn't think, down at ground level, but certainly from our commentary position, feels like it's blowing from the right of your screen across from it's Baldwin Road, I think, over there.
It is.
Local knowledge is normally a little bit better than that around this area, but not so much today. We'll get a throw in deep inside attacking 50 for Collegians here. Minute 48 gone, Mercedes-Benz Waverley scoreboard.
Just some news on young Freddie Hardman. Unfortunately, he's been rushed off to hospital. He chipped a tooth, got a nasty one to the mouth. And on debut, he's off to the hospital, unfortunately.
What a shame. He was good early too, was Freddie Hardman. Injury update for Orthosport Victoria. Kick is marked right on attacking 50 for Luke McCleary. Probably just a little bit beyond him with the wind the way it is, but he's going to go back and have a look at it. He'll have to kick this every part of, well, he'll be a good couple of metres outside the 50 on the runway. Does indeed chip it right to the hot spot. Lukic was there, couldn't get a hand to it. Shovel, a little handball out the back, was gathered by Powell, but he's carried out of play. There'll be a ball in, again, probably 10 metres, 5 metres around from that, right behind post. Collegians attacking 50.
A lot of players down there in the Collegians forward 50. The Wellers clogging it up down there. They're trying to get repeat stoppages.
They'll get their wish immediately here. Umpire crosses his arms and they'll ball it straight back up. Dean is in there doing the ruck work for Collegians, trying to get them a snapshot on goal, but quite content to wrap it up is Thomas Oliver. Exiting ball out of the stoppage, snapping goalward, was well taken. It looked like it was a mark for Lukic, but the umpire said no. They'll ball it up again, 15 metres out directly in front. Dean got first hands to it. Socket off the ground, was well gathered there by Gale. It's going to come back again though. Gathering it was Carroll right on centre wing. Ball got lost in the scrap there by Greaves. Collegians 4-4-28, leading Camberwell 1 behind. Well marked, going back with the flight there by Carroll. And he'll drive Collegians once more into attack. The target's Lukic. He goes up with 2 to beat. Couldn't quite get hands to it. Goes to ground level. Picked up there was Warren. Knotted up again. And another repeat stoppage for Camberwell.
Yeah, it's good pressure from Camberwell. They're just making it a bit scrappy. No easy entries for Collegians.
Well, won by Brennan to the outside of the stoppage. He'll gather it up again. Got immediately contested by a couple of Collegians players. Nice tackle to tie it up again. And feels like we've spoken about it ad nauseum today, Anson, where we're talking about Camberwell trying to junk it up a little bit and get these repeat stoppages. You said that was a message at quarter time as well for them.
Certainly was. They're throwing a few numbers around the ball too, which helps. A few half forwards up into the stoppage here, just to slow it down a bit and don't get that free-flowing Collegians.
Brennan breaking even in the ruck. The snap kick out of the clearance went as far as Rutledge. They'll plunge themselves into attack. They tried to find Graves down there right on the paint of 50. He couldn't get a hand to it. Rushing back and collecting there was Warren. He had 3 to beat, did pretty well, got the hands out the side. Johnson. And they'll work it out of attack with the hands. McGuinness is involved. They'll get it to the hands of McCleary. And now into attack they go through McDonald. Turns on a dime, kicks inside 50, wide open the target. And well taken, Will Pockney. He turns around to the hot spot. Johnson, the fly! Too strong. And Hugh Johnson will mark and have a shot 15 metres out, slide angle.
And all their skills on display. Collegians went end to end, just clean kicking. And they roll and go. They do not hold up with the quick play. Getting it forward and a quick one-on-one, and not many will stand up and go with Hugh Johnson. He's taken a great mark, 20 metres out, dead in front.
Johnson had a goal and was in the best last time these two teams met. He was best on ground for the Big V earlier in the year. And that kick left the goal umpire with a lot of work to do, but he slots it through for his first of the afternoon. Collegians 5-4-34 leading Camberwell 1 behind. 6.5 minutes gone, second term. That's for Mercedes-Benz Waverley.
Ran the full ground, Collegians. Very clean out of the back 50 and finished off with a great goal. They're a good team and it was all on show there. I think the coach will play next week. The highlights of that one, end-to-end footy from Collegians. Good to watch.
He made real hard work of it for the goal umpire. It was like he was trying to take the wrapper off a Chupa Chup. He had it in real trouble there, did Hugh Johnson, but it's back in the middle now and he converted his first of the day. He's going to get back on the end of it here after his own hit out. Deep inside 50. Lukic is the target. Went over the top of his head. Going back for it now is Hart. He had his hand pass stymied immediately. And off the hand of Lukic goes out of play.
How quick was that? Hugh Johnson again out of the middle. He's really taken a grip on this game.
So deep in attacking 50. A ball in here. Lukic and Brennan to do the ruck work. Brennan gets first hands to it and he'll get his own clearance too. High floating speculator out towards the wing position. Leading the charge to it was Parsons. He goes inside attacking 50. Almost fell in the lap. The Collegians man there. Davies around it. He couldn't get a hand to it. The hands out the side goes to Will Johnson. He peels around, wanted his left peg. He still wants his left peg. Fires at goalward. Lukic is down there. Goal umpire's taken a tumble. Lukic doesn't care. He's going to go back and have an opportunity to make it number 4 from point blank range.
Just a bit of class there from Johnson. Just hit up long and deep and quick into Lukic and hit him on the chest.
So Lukic snaps on the right, makes no mistake. His 4th of the afternoon. Extends the Collegians lead out to 39 points. 6-4-40 leading, one straight behind. That's for Mercedes-Benz Waverley.
And we get a breather. Lukic, as he's accustomed to, on the 8 or 9 minute mark, he'll come off for a quick rest. And the Wellers need to reset down back.
Expert comments this afternoon for Hit IQ's Protect Concussion Management System. That's Anson Brownless.
Just love to see some on-ballers getting more involved at the Wellers. Jimmy Allen's getting some scrappy kicks. Joshy Gale is prolific ball winner. We just want to see him get more involved around these stoppages.
Hammered immediately in the tackle was Walker. Haven't heard his name called much this afternoon, which is uncharacteristic. Brennan won the free kick, got up, gave it immediately. Here's James Allen deep inside attacking 50. Sitting in the hole nicely was Sam Parsons, who gobbles up the intercept. And he'll go, well, it was vaguely in the Walker direction, but it ended up not getting to him. Kenny Ong with time and space in the middle. Chipping ball across the ground. Finds its way there to D'Amico. He'll chip a little ball forward and find the hands of Scott Belby. And he tries to enter. It's a high floating ball into the wind. Dalrymple's there to clean it up. And they'll try and exit with hands out of D50. Gets it to the hands of Powell. Powell got challenged immediately. Somehow kept it in bounds. But no, the umpire said that's over the line and out of play.
Yeah, another quick entry from the Wellers, but it's taken straight away. Back up the other end with some clean ball use. Collegians, and they're showing why they haven't lost a game this season. They're in pretty good nick.
Hugh Johnson front position again. Oh, challenged immediately, and it's going to be holding the ball. Just stifling pressure around the ball from Brennan, who has now picked up 2 frees for in this second term. That's a tough kick for Bullock to handle. Got it to Davidson. He got challenged immediately, and he'll get done for holding the ball. They
have to hit that target. The Willis trying to go through the middle, trying to move the footy, and unfortunately turned it over there.
Vast experience of Walker, who drives it into attacking 50, off a couple of sets of hands. The fall of the ball there was Davey. He couldn't win clean possession, nor could, I believe that was Hart underneath it as well. I might be wrong there.
Been a great serve at Benny Hart. He seems like he's been around for 20 years.
Played his 250th in, I think it was round 4 this year for the club. So vast experience on display. It's sort of the young and the old with this Camberwell lineup today. You've got a few players in there who have played 150 plus. And then you've got, obviously, disappointing to see Freddie Hardman off to hospital earlier, but a couple of other young fellas in there as well from their school-based AGSV program. There is Hart amongst it again. Shot towards goal. Didn't quite catch who squeezed that one out of the pack, but went through for one behind. It was Will Pockney who got the kick on it.
They're very even side, Collegians, aren't they? They are just good all over the ground. Some special players with VFL experience, and they're sort of turning it on today at all ends.
Oh, that's a tough-looking kick, and it'll turn straight back over to Davey. They're in attack now. Bazzani closes in on goal and slots it.
Another mistake by the Wellers coming out at D50, and they make you pay, don't they? They're a quality outfit, Collegians.
Well, they're the class of the competition for a reason. Undefeated on the season so far. Got an opportunity to do something very, very special here in 2026.
Liam Thomas into the middle. He had a little spurt in that first quarter, so hoping to change things up there, turn the tide on Big Huey.
It was interesting hearing at quarter time in that huddle report for ANZ Mobile Lending. It was interesting to hear their midfield group talking about, well, they're just inviting the pressure around the ball a little bit, which is actually exactly what Camberwell were trying to do, is they're going to get a look to go inside 50 here. First time in a long time we've said that. Off the Camberwell hand at ground level and out of play. That was off the hand of Lockie Ross.
A wide entry, but they'll take it to see if they can hold this in Old Camberwell and try and get a shot on goal with repeat entries.
Well, it felt like just that, didn't it? It just felt like they were happy to take whatever they could get on the path of least resistance. Wow. Really doing a good job with talking today. Path of least resistance. There we go. Well, one out the back there by Thomas. Down the wing. Flying from behind was Balby. Couldn't quite get a hand to it. D'Amico was at the bottom of the pack. Was one out the side there by Wells. Going forward now is Purcell. Off a couple of sets of hands. It ended up back with Purcell, who shoveled a little handball out under pressure. Lots of Collegians around this, but doing really well to tie it up was Cal Rutledge.
Purcell got the nickname of Dogger. I'm sure every club in Australia, footy club, would have a Dogger.
We got the nickname in this booth by myself in that first quarter of what's his number, because I certainly had it wrong on my sheet. Yep. Inside 50 go the Wellers. Off a couple of sets of hands. Punch from behind was McCleary. Handball at the back. That was by Greaves. They're going to try and find an exit out of defensive 50. Flying from behind. That's a really good grab. Really strong by Liam Thomas.
He's got a great stretch. Puts those mitts up, and he's hard to beat in the air when those arms are up.
Mark of the day contender for Jefferson Automotive Group. Inside attacking 50. Johnson was there. Beg your pardon. That was Canny that was there. Got first hands to it and got rewarded for the free kick. And off they go, off to the races. Going to have to be good here. D'Amico stood up really strong in the challenge from Noah Smith. Did really well to get hands to it. Had to stand and knew the hit was coming. D'Amico will go up the line to true centre wing position. Ball just holds up in the wind a little bit over the head of Lukic. Down around ground level. It's going to be off the back of the foot of Tom Oliver. But the umpire says no, and they'll throw it in. Looked like he got a little bit lucky there, Tommy Oliver.
Been around too, a long time, Tom Oliver. He made his way into the Vic side this year. A late call-up for Tommy and played a great game too.
Wind influence on that throw-in. It's going to end up out the side of the pack to Harker. He chips the ball into the middle. Couple of flyers at it. It ended up in the hands of Will Johnson, who goes towards attacking 50. Lukic was the fly. Ended up in the hands of Pinchbeck. Sitting under it. Uncontested in the end was Fraser Wells. And the doctor chips it out the side door. Goes in the direction of Purcell. Did pretty well. Found a target up on centre wing. That's his man there in Allen. Ball towards attacking 50 in the direction of Gale. Got first hands to it, couldn't drag it in. Ball in dispute, just inside attacking 50. Now at the side door, out of play. And they'll throw it in.
It's been a problem, that last connection piece into the forward line for old Camberwell. They just cannot hit a target.
Tumbles back into play, 40 metres around from the Camberwell goal. Probably their best opportunity in a while to hit the scoreboard. And immediately that ball goes outside 50. Well taken almost by Balby. Couldn't quite get a clean set of jukes to it. In the centre is Purcell. Shoveled a handball at the side door. Got it to Harker. Harker got challenged by a whole set of Collegians. Balby. D'Amico. They're on the run now. Here's Lukic showing a clean set of heels. Dragged down, almost dragged down. Did really well was McCall, but Lukic was too strong in the end. It is going to turn over, and they've got an opportunity here. Purcell, chipping ball, almost turned it straight over. D'Amico was good at ground level. Heads in the boundary direction. Has to be good here. On the left for Purcell. Did really well. Clean disposal, found Harker. True centre wing position on this broadcast side.
Yeah, they can just slow it down a little bit here. Just hold, wait for the right option. Collegians are back in numbers.
So they've got the spare down there that they're going to kick it straight at in the end. Fly from the side was pretty good. Davidson ended up on the end of it. Bends one goalward. And just a little bit skinny.
Wasn't a bad effort.
Only the second score on the afternoon for Camberwell. Two behinds, trailing Collegians at 7-5-47. That's scoreboard for Mercedes-Benz Waverley. McCleary.
They've been good at this all day, Collegians. They just share the ball around.
Will Johnson.
Slow play and wait till it quickens up, and then they go quick into their forward half.
Bit of waxing between McCleary and Johnson. Up the line. Ends up turning over immediately. Smith. Down towards attacking 50. Just a little bit too quick for Purcell. That beat him all ends up. That was a Shane Warne leg spinner that bounced out of play for the lasso. McCleary will enter it back into play. Greaves. He's content to go back to Will Johnson. This is that patient build-up you talk about before. Parsons now. They've got an option on the spread if they want it. They try to get it there. This is going to be tough. Two Collegians. Ended up in the hands of Putris. He's well corralled by Davidson. ends up with that canny on the hands. They've done pretty well. Hugh Johnson just entered back into the field of play, and he wants to slow it down and control a bit of tempo. Chipping ball inside, finds Max Pinchbeck.
Good to see the Wellers have got numbers in the middle, so they're forced out wide here, Collegians, and they've held them up nicely.
It's not been their desired avenue of attack, and much less down this near sideline where it feels like the effect of the wind is just a little bit more. That's a really tough kick into the middle. Purcell got a hand to it. Found his man in Gale. He got dumped in the tackle, and it's going to be holding the ball.
Pinchbeck puts a heap of pressure on.
Will Johnson, inside attacking 50. Lukic is the target. Couldn't get it to him. Doing well at ground level was Oliver. Tried to keep it in play, and then was happy to carry it out of bounds. They'll throw it in pretty much on the paint of 50 down on that. Collegians attacking 50. Tumbles back into play. Too strong in the ruck was Dean. Couldn't get it anywhere though. Shoveling a kick forward was Bazzani to the hot spot. Couple of flyers for Collegians. No one in the air at least for Camberwell. Noah Smith happy to do the dirty work again and knot them up in a tackle. Dean, too strong in the ruck. Snapshot on goal towards the mouth. Is happy to be rushed behind. Really good effort on the last line of defence from Oliver to push that one through.
He's known for that, his desperation, Tommy Oliver. He gives his all.
That's a tough kick out of the kick out. Straight down the throat of Zach Greaves. Happy to receive it, 60 out from home. And they'll try and be a little bit more patient in build-up here, Collegians. They'll go back to Pinchbeck.
Camberwell have got everyone in Collegians forward 50, so they have to chip it around here.
There's 35 players that are within one half of the ground right now. The only man in Camberwell's attacking half is the defender of Matt Warren. So real congested footy here, which will play right into what Camberwell were trying to generate, but that certainly won't. That kick has gone straight out of bounds on the full. That's a bit of an error. Unforced as well. They've invited the pressure on.
They worry you into those mistakes, Collegians. Perceived pressure. He had a bit of time there, Benny Hart. Unfortunately, turned it over, and they'll get another look.
Let's see what he can do here deep in this right forward pocket. Wind should help him a little. The snap is on the way. Just a fraction skinny, though, for Collegians on that occasion. One behind. 7:49 leading Camberwell, two behinds. 22, almost 23 minutes gone here, second quarter. That's for Mercedes-Benz Waverley. Oh, smothered immediately off the boot. See what they can do here, Collegians. They need to be a little bit cleaner on entry. Couldn't quite take the grab. Got first hands to it. Big dumping tackle. Couple of dumping tackles down there in that left forward pocket.
Yeah, Collegians will be getting frustrated. They're getting plenty of entries, but they're a little bit rushed entries. They've got to take their time. There's plenty of numbers back from the Wellers, so they've got to think their way through these entries.
They'll try and exit it. It'll turn straight back over, though. High ball, up and under. Umpire said play on. That was Purcell, that it was at the bottom of it. Turns over again. Johnson. Just a dinky little one in the Lukic direction. Had 3 to beat that time. Doing pretty well, manning him up after his 4 early goals. Sliding in at ground level was Will Johnson. An umpire will ball it up 15 metres out from...
Seems strange to say with the 7 goals up, but the Wellers have done well here just to hold them up and keep some pressure on.
They just
not
can't
let
get
this
reward
blow
for,
out.
Can't get reward for effort, really. They've had a couple of chances, but not been able to convert, which has really hurt them in this one. It's going to come back again. Carroll sits underneath the high ball. Sends it into attack. Oh, well spoilt from behind. Picking it up at ground level, or at least attempting to, was Thomas. Beg your pardon, that's Dalrymple at the bottom of the pack.
If they can hold them just to 3 goals this quarter, they've done a reasonable job, old Camberwell.
So they're rapidly rapidly approaching half time as that kick is just off target from Oakley Kerr. They're rapidly approaching their third straight quarter of no goals against Collegians. They were scoreless in their fourth term last time back in round 8. They'll be desperate to get a major on the board in this one as they approach half time. That's not going to be the way to do it though. Wrapped up in a crunching Oakley Kerr tackle.
And let's have a look if Collegians blaze away here. I don't think they will. They have to chip this around and wait for the right option. Weller's numbers back.
They'll go in the Lukic direction, who flies, got sport from the front. That was by Oliver. Around D50. Pretty congested in there. McCall tried to shovel it out the side door, couldn't. Wrapped up immediately, and it will be balled up 55 metres out from Collegians' goal. Johnson's there, wins another hit out. Surprise, surprise, feels like we've said that a lot this afternoon. His slap shot towards the goal mouth was taken by Smith, who stood in the hole really well. Playing beyond his years is Smith. That kick not his best. Canny gets an opportunity to go inside attacking 50. Dalrymple tried to sit in the hole, got a hand to it. Cleaning it up was Hart, and they might get an opportunity to take a breath here. Oh, that's in the Johnson direction, probably not. Ong at ground level on the left, chipping towards the sideline. Falls out of bounds on the full. And we can take a breath up here in the booth.
Yeah, they keep coming, Collegians, don't they? They would be getting a little bit frustrated. We've mentioned with the Wellers numbers back. But the Wellers are making a real scrap here. And the Collegian boys have to think their way through this.
Nice fly from behind and well taken up there on the wing.
It's Graves.
Graves did really well. Chipping ball was right into the path of Gale, who has a set. He's a long ball towards goal. One bounce and out of bounds, and it will be thrown in right next to the behind post. Probably didn't realise he had, I think it was Davidson that was charging towards goal, uncontested, to poke it out in front of.
They finally got through, the Wellers, with a quick play. And Joshy Gale probably could have hit the scoreboard there if he had a little bit more time.
Johnson front position. It ended up in the hands of Harker. Couldn't get his foot to it. It's wrapped up 10 metres out from the goal, but the siren's going to beat them. So we'll take the siren at the main break. Collegians leading this one 7-8-50 to Old Camberwell, 2 behinds. Special comments for Hit IQ's game-changing Protect Concussion Management System. Answer Brownless.
Scrappy affair. Yes, let's hope we get a better second half.
So we'll take a break here. We'll be back with you shortly for the halftime report. Don't go anywhere here. It's Premier B Showcase afternoon here on VAFA TV. Back with you shortly. Back here, Gordon Barnard Oval. It's Premier B Showcase afternoon here from the VAFA Premier B match between Old Camberwell and Collegians. We've got the Collegians president sitting alongside me, Andrew Keneally. Andrew, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for doing the coverage. It's great to showcase B grade.
It's been a great season in B grade for your mob this year, sitting undefeated and looking like you're going a long way towards continuing the party this afternoon. A big halftime lead.
Yeah, it's been a good day. I think I was just saying off air that our under-19s had a great win out at Pegs. Our thirds rolled Brighton back at home, and the twos had a good win. So hopefully 4 from 4.
And it really buoys the club to have such a successful year. Obviously, you've been around football a long time, and you were just talking with Anson off air as well, and you were reminiscing, I suppose, in a way, coaching against each other 20, 30 odd years ago in the under-19s, going back a long time now.
It is back a long time. That was probably, we had a good group back then. There was a rebuilding of the club. We celebrated the 2006 Premiership last weekend, and that was sort of the building back up of an era. We won B grade 2006, back into A grade 2007, where we stayed there until last year. So that group that I had that year against Anson was sort of the building block of that little period where we won. We lost 08, won 11, won 12, and 2003. Lost a few grannies along the way, so yeah, it was a good year.
Absolutely. And you mentioned only falling from Premier or from Premier A, I suppose, last year, and you'd be hoping to bounce straight back up, and you've certainly put yourselves in a good position to do that so far.
Yeah, the club, as soon as we went down, we got everyone together and made sure we kept the group. Retention was our first aim, and then we've added a few to the group. Sam Frost, who's having a rest today. Parsons, we knew, was coming back from South Australia. So we've added a few. We're probably stronger this year than we were last year when we went down.
And that goes without mentioning your big ruckman number 3,
yeah,
Huey Johnson, who obviously a club stalwart going back a few years. You're going back to before his time over in the Eastern for a couple of years, but what a great coup he's been for the club this year as well.
He's terrific. You see him on the field, what he does, but what he does off the field for the culture of the club is next level. Yeah,
absolutely. So a great coup as well, and a great situation as well that you find yourselves in, where you're able to rest players like a Sam Frost as well as you're in the run home towards finals.
Yes, probably be the last week we'll do that.
And then, understandably so.
Time to get knuckle down and get on with the best side and work out what that is. I wouldn't want to be a selector of this team come a couple of weeks down the track, because there's a couple of others still out injured as well that are due back into the group. So yeah, it's a good position to be in. We're a bit stiff. We felt we're a bit stiff to go down last year with 6.5 wins. You don't often get a side in a competition that doesn't win a game. So D-Lar led St Bernard's at St Bernard's last year till 30 seconds to go. That had gone the other way, would be playing in Premier.
Absolutely. So obviously a good opportunity this year, and you've gone all the right sort of steps to get that in motion for 2020. Well, definitely 2026, but also for 27 and beyond, assuming that you can have some retention ongoing as well.
Yeah, still got to get the job done though.
For sure.
I'm not unfortunately, a Melbourne supporter, but we've gone out in straight sets a few times in the last couple of years. So it can happen. Got to make sure that doesn't happen.
Now, long suffering. At least you haven't waited 20 years for a finals win. Look, Andrew, thank you for joining us here at halftime for a chat. Andrew Keneally, president of Collegians.
Terrific. Thank you. Thank you for the coverage.
And we'll be back with you for the third quarter, not too far away. Welcome back to Gordon Barnard Oval. This is Premier B showcase round of the VAFA. All 5 Premier B games live and free this afternoon on VAFA TV. Don't forget you can jump on and have a look at the mega wall if you want to see what's going on around the league this fine Saturday afternoon. Jack Thornton is my name, our Hit IQ Protect Concussion Management System special comments man this afternoon is Anson Brownless. And Anson, you had a bit of an opportunity to hear a little bit of what's gone on at halftime.
Yeah, no, I popped down to the old Camberwell rooms, and the coach there wants the boys to work a bit harder, obviously, and hang in there, repeat stoppages, and also a little bit of a reshuffle. So they're going to move some players around and just try something. They understand they're a little bit out of their depth with such an awesome outfit here we've gone through with Collegians and how they're playing at the moment. But they're going to try and generate something, which is a good sign. Stay positive and try and get back a couple of goals. And you never know what might happen.
Well, they need to try something a little bit fruity. Only 2 behinds to their name. 6 quarters without a goal for the Wellers against Collegians this season. We'll take a quick look around the grounds. That's for Bluemouth Interactive. De La Salle is up, down at Williamstown. 52-33. Old Carey giving Old Melburnians a bit of a whack. 40 points to the good out at Carey, Bo Morris leading Ajax 36-7. All these scores at halftime. And Old Ivanhoe, a couple of kicks up at Como Park against Old Geelong. Meanwhile, here on the Vic Pole Lighting Solutions scoreboard, it is Collegians who are well and truly to the good. 7-8-50 leading Old Camberwell, 1 behind. Back in the middle, Johnson won the tap early. Greaves got taken high. Will win the first clean possession of this third term. And he'll enter deep inside 50. Tried to find the target of Lukic. Couldn't quite get a hand to it. Doing well at ground level was Gale to collect it. He's going to get done for holding the ball, though. Couldn't quite release the handball.
I see one of the positional moves. Graves has gone down to full back. Generally plays forward for the Wellers.
And there's going to be a 50 as well. Oh, beg your pardon. No, there's not. They thought the runner ran through the middle of the restricted zone. That would have been a first to see the Collegians ruckman gift a 50-metre to Collegians. D'Amico chips to the hot spot and finds his man down. Beautifully guided kick, found Will Pockney straight on the chest.
Really poor defence from Old Camberwell. They've got to fill those holes. He's about 60 out, a big hole in front of the leading deepest forward, and they need to block that up. Poor start to the quarter for Old Camberwell.
Unfortunately, probably summarises their afternoon as Pockney's going to kick from probably 35 when it's all said and done. Slightest of angles. Just inside right goalpost, you reckoned earlier on. Starts that one a little bit too far left, but didn't matter. It sails through, and he opens the account here in this third quarter. Gets his second of the afternoon. Collegians, 8-8-56, leading 2 behinds. That's the Vic Pole Lighting Solutions scoreboard.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier for Old Camberwell, but they really have to dig deep. They can't let Collegians get away here. If Collegians get a run on, we know they're leading the league in contested and uncontested ball. If they get a run on, they'll be so hard to stop.
Picture perfect afternoon over GBO. Some ominous looking clouds in the distance, it must be said. Back in the middle, Johnson and Brennan again. And they'll get a second opportunity. Johnson uses the body well, got the handball out the side to Greaves. Shoveling a kick forward was Will Johnson. Nothing doing down there. Handball out the side, found Pinchbeck. Long, deep entry inside 50. Bailby's there, leads the charge to the ball. His handball was a little sloppy. Turns over to the Wellers, and on their bike they go. Through the foot of Gale, and a nice mark out in front by Cal Rutledge. Peels around, he's got nothing ahead of him to go to. Gonna have to be delicate with this one so as not to turn it over. Ball gets out the back, actually, in the end. Leading the charge was Harker, and sending it towards the cricket nets was Harker.
Yeah, a little opportunity down the wing, but there's that thing that let them down, and that's that connection piece into their forward 50. Unfortunately, turning it over again.
A bit of forward pressure here from the Wellers. They're going to have to be clean to get this out of the closed confines. Well tackled under there. Bazzani had no avenue of exit.
Nice bit of pressure from the Wellers. They really pushed the Collegian boys with a bit of intent there.
Gale did well to wrap him up. And here he is again. Oh, that's a nice hit-up target. Well done.
And some of their
Presenting
big names
full-chested, and that was Smith.
getting involved there. Gale to Jimmy, hands to Jimmy Allen, the hit up to young Smith. What an opportunity. Kick a goal in his second game at the Wellers. Young Smith, they'll get around him.
So he's kicked 6 goals in his career so far for Old Camberwell, but none at this senior level. His second game in the ones. His kick is on the way and is true. Goal umpire doesn't move.
Get around him. Look at him.
Look at him. Get to him. Noah Smith gets his first senior first grade goal.
Well done,
And
Noah.
importantly, Old Camberwell's first goal of the afternoon. 1-2-8 they trail Collegians. 8-8-56. That's on the Vic Pole Lighting Solutions scoreboard.
Well, it's taken a while, but they're away now, the Wellers. Let's hope that little combination we spoke about, Garnett to Allen to Gale, can start making a little influence, get some clean ball and get some clean entries and get the reward.
Johnson and Brennan back in the middle. And a little run of momentum here for the Wellers. Johnson, clean tap, found Walker and ended up back with Johnson, who just a booming right foot dump kick inside 50, gets out the back. Lukic is at the bottom, snaps on goal. Out of bounds? No, through for one behind. So Lukic doing it on ground level on that occasion.
Out of the middle, Hugh Johnson. How many times has he done that today? He just grabs it, pushes everyone out of the way and just bangs it forward.
He's pieced together a pretty serious afternoon, has Hugh Johnson. As we've said so many times this season, nice mark from the side was Zach Greaves, who tries to chisel a ball inside 50, and a nice mark coming in from the side was Scott Balby, who will go back and have a shot from pretty much the paint of 50. Maybe a step or two inside once he gets on the runway, but 45-degree angle. We'll have a great view of this one.
How many's he kicked this year? He's 20-odd?
21 on the season for him. So has an opportunity to make it 22. He'll kick from 48. Looks pretty good off the boot, fading to the left and through for one behind.
Yeah, you have to aim that to the right. We spoke about that. The wind does drift across that goal face. Unfortunately, he's hit that too far left.
So 8, 9 times they've tried to enter into attacking 50 here. Collegians, feels like the Wellers are probably just on top here. The fall of the ball looks like it was Hart. It was. Johnson uses the body well. His tap only went as far as James Allen. Still scrambled around ground level. Nobody can quite get a clean possession out of there. They'll ball it up again. It's about 70 metres out from the Collegians' goal.
Jimmy Allen starting to get busy, which is a good sign in everything at the moment.
Inside attacking 50 now for Collegians. It's going to have to be pretty good here. That's a really nice spoil. One for the Golden Fist fans amongst us. That falls out of play, and they were going to have to be clean there. It was a dinky little kick towards the boundary line from Graves, who tried to hit a target up and just wasn't quite on time with the kick.
Natural forward, but they're mixing things up. They're trying a few things.
Well, so far it's worked, I would argue. Great tackle from behind from Pinchbeck. Put Gale under a lot of pressure. Oh, a lot of bodies strewn everywhere in that contest, and a bit of conversation, friendly conversation, I'm sure, between Jasper Davey and Jimmy Allen. Another ball up again, close to centre wing. Johnson the hit out. And another stoppage.
Yeah, we've had a few today, haven't we? The Wellers trying to slow things down.
Brennan did well that time. Hit out only went as far as Will Johnson. His hands tried to find Hugh Johnson. Couldn't get it to him. And we'll wrap it up again.
Here we go again. Don't let him push you off there, Garnett. Big Hugh would love to push him away.
Ended up getting front position. Did Johnson on his own. Flying in from the side. That was Graves. Couldn't get a clean mark on it. Doing well at ground level. That was Purcell.
That's
Hands
Graves
out the
again.
Side. Graves side. Bounced on a point in front of Gale. And it's going to enter. It's a long kick from 50 is good. And he loves it too, Max Pinchbeck.
Didn't he love that, Maxie? He mustn't kick many, Maxie, does he? Because he absolutely loved that with a little celebration.
Only his third of the season.
3.
It's an accrue accounting goal of the day contender. The long shot that just sailed straight over the goal umpire's head. Collegians 9-8-64 leading Camberwell 1-2-8. That's for Vic Pole Lighting Solutions.
And a mistake out of the back half. Graves, unfortunately, coming out, needed to hit a target there and turns it over. And Maxie, very happy with himself, made him pay. Kicks one back over his head.
Back in the middle again. Johnson and Brennan again. Oh, that's just classy. That deft touch from Johnson out of the middle. Buffeted off the ball. Handball went to Graves. Hugh Johnson now dinks inside. Did pretty well. Fleet of foot. His kick only got as far as I think that was Day down there. Haven't called his name much today. Ball gets knotted up and we'll have a ball up just inside 50 for Collegians. Lukic tried to get the hit out. Couldn't. And the exit was for the Wellers, but only went as far as Jordan Carroll. Pounding ball out wide, found its way to Greaves. He'll have a chance to go inside 50. Lukic wants it deep in the goal square. He's only got one to beat. Tried to present at the ball. It was too little too late. Oliver got a piece of it, and that falls out of play.
He's been good. Greaves got a lot of the ball.
His first year. Well, second year, I suppose, if you want to be real pedantic at Collegians. Didn't play a game last year. Didn't miss all year with Sandy VFL. This year he's been in and out of the side. 8 goals in 7 games for the 47. He's going to end up on it again here. Hooks a little right foot driller to the hot spot in front of goal, and falling into the hole there was Ben Hart. Terrific mark in traffic. And his spreading kick was perfect to Nick Graves. Not a whole lot to go to up the line. They're set up pretty well here, Collegians, to the true centre wing position. Off the hand of Matt Warren and out of play.
Yeah, lets them set up here, slow it down a little bit, the Wellers, and get their big mids in there. Jimmy Allen, as we've said, starting to have a little influence. We need Joshy Gale up and about. Lockie Purcell's been good. He's back on.
He's just trotted his way to half back. He's going to end up on it too, immediately for Purcell. Got a handball out the side to Gale. They'll overlap run. This is nice movement. Good hit up target. Smith still up in the contest.
Great hands.
Terrific set of Dukes out in front. Drilling ball inside 50 was less good. Off a set of hands to Greaves, I beg your pardon.
He is everywhere, Greaves. Wow.
He's been up and down that wing on this near side. Oh, D'Amico had to be really good. Kept it in play. Lost the handle on it again. Doing well there was Oliver. They'll go out the side through Gale, ended up back with Graves, and up the line, presenting nicely at it, was Davidson.
We haven't seen a lot of Davidson. Let's hope he can get a bit more ball into his hand. He's a good size kid, isn't he?
Nice kick inside 52 from the big fella. Went in the direction of Thomas. He couldn't get a clean set of hands to it. Cleaning up out the side was McCleary. And then Bazzani exits D50 and a really nice kick too in the Baleby direction. He's got time and space to work with. Inside ball for Putris. He'll go into attacking 50. Greaves is out the back if he can get there. Didn't quite. And cleaning up was Tom Oliver. And they'll go through Jimmy Allen. Chippy little ball underneath. And he'll get it back again. The handball was a little bit behind him. They'll wax a little bit here, the Wellers. Chipping ball had to be really good to find Davidson out here near sideline, right in front of the Camberwell bench.
A nice little period, old Camberwell. Just maintaining the footy, thinking their way through it.
Oh, weird little speculating helicopter punt. Almost found a target in Smith. Couldn't get hands to it, and it'll exit again. Has to sit in the hole and be really strong here. Graves. That's going to do my head in over the rest of this afternoon with both of them playing in the same line. Here is Greaves this time, and I'm confident that was Greaves.
That was Greaves. Well done.
So it looked like it should have been a lasso, but they're going to say it's a throw in. Camberwell bench don't seem too pleased with it, and nor do the home supporters. But it will tumble back into play. At the front of it, that was Dean who got the hit out. Tumbles in the Johnson direction. Oh, stood underneath it.
He was
Big
just
Hugh
too
has just
strong.
been everywhere.
He has. He's having a little spell in the forward pocket, and the ball's just landed on his head. He did well to push Tommy Oliver out of the way there. It's just a lot of strength, and if he's not dominating the middle, he's pushing forward and kicking goals. Might be a tough one, this one. He'll test him from 50.
He's well and truly got the journey. It's whether the accuracy's there as well. And Johnson will kick from, we'll call it pretty much right on 50. Might be just inside. Hugh Johnson on the runway. The kick looks pretty good off the boot and loved it too. Hugh Johnson, second of the afternoon. A great kick. Right from the paint of 50, and he puts another one in the book.
Yeah, too big and strong down there, Hugh. As we said, if he's not dominating the middle, he's pushing forward and taking big grabs. Just a hard man to match up against, Hugh, and he'll make a big difference to Collegians going into finals. Such a big player.
Collegians 10-10-70, old Camberwell 1-2-8. 16 and a half minutes gone, third quarter. That's for Vicpol Lighting Solutions. Ball back in the middle. Brennan was up high, couldn't get a hand to it. It was well won by Will Dean, and they'll get a secondary ball up right in the centre of Gordon Barnard. Well, you feel a bit hard done by there with Garnet Brennan.
Let the ruckman go.
Chiseling ball out wide, went in the direction of Ong. His chipping ball to the hot spot was well attacked and well taken in the end by Robertson. And he goes long. Oh, it's going to have to be good there. Greaves couldn't get to it. McGuinness cleaned it up. Ong now smothered off the boot in the Lukic direction. His hot hands went just past the rapidly approaching Hugh Johnson, and it gets out wide and in front of Purcell. He parries it forward to himself, wanted the second follow-up, couldn't get a hand to it. Garnet Brennan, or beg your pardon, that was
Harker,
James Harker, who was at the bottom of it. Nice tackle on the counter-attack here for the Wellers. They've got a spare back, though, to Collegians. Chipping ball across the ground, finds its way to Powell. He chips one right to the, well, I suppose you'd call it the point of the centre square. Long ball inside 50 was in the Brennan, or beg your pardon, was it the Brennan direction? No, it was the Yeah, it was Brennan, I beg your pardon.
Just dropped short.
Couldn't quite get there. It was a day late and $1 short. Collegians will get a chance to exit it out of 50. Oh, that's a speculating little ball. Got past the man, got to Ong. Now it's in Belby's hands. He beats a man inside. Looking for Davey. Davey, the long ball. Johnson stands up. Pretty well challenged. Ran into his own man. The snap around the corner. And it's good.
Johnson there just had to hold up, didn't he? The kick was too high for him, but he just brings it forward, front and centre. And there was always someone there. Nice little snap to give Collegians their 11th.
Wilson McDonald gets his first of the afternoon. 11-10-76 leading 1-8. 19 minutes gone, third term, Vic Pole Lighting Solutions scoreboard.
Yeah, it's a shame. The Wellers had a nice little entry there. They tried to hit up in their forward 50, and once again, we've seen this happen a few times. Collegians will go end to end with good, clean footy, hitting up, not turning it over and getting the reward.
Dean wins the hit out, only gets it as far as Harker. Harker's hands out the side, got to Gale, whose kick was stymied immediately. Oakley Kerr tried to shuffle a handball out the side door, got taken straight away holding the ball. So Rutledge will have a chance to drive the Wellers into attack. Had to kick over the umpire, who was the man on the mark there almost. And away they come. Davidson had to be good, did pretty well in the end, parried it forward, couldn't get the follow-up ball of his own. And here's Greaves again. Feels like we've called that name a dozen times this quarter. Balby presented at it, couldn't win, clean possession. Wrapped up immediately
Greaves,
by McCall.
He's been everywhere, up and down this wing. Gets back well, and really good skills.
Got a bit of an Ollie Dempsey look about
he
him
has.
too, doesn't it? Doesn't he? It must be something about the blonde hair and the headband. Very Geelong. Here he is again, trying to win the ball over the top. Got beaten to it by Rutledge. Bumped off it was McCall. They pile in on top. It's going to be holding the ball.
Oh, it's very unlucky there,
Much
Dave
to the
McCall.
chagrin of the old Camberwell supporters.
Yeah, not a lot going right for old Camberwell players. They're trying their hardest, but things not going their way.
Good kick up the line. Right as the man on the mark sort of approached it. Parried off the set of hands by Rutledge. Goes at the back to... Oh, that was a really well-weighted kick by McGuinness. Pinchbeck took a mark in close confines. Here's Walker. Haven't called his name much. Uncharacteristic this afternoon. Gets it to Davey. He started this chain. Goes in the direction of Johnson, but going back with the flight. Was that Greaves down there that tried to get a hand to it? It was.
Thought they nearly could have paid that. He's a bit unlucky.
Johnson was the intended target, you would think. He grabs it out of the ruck that time and gets tied up immediately.
See this stoppage here on the wing, which started it all. Pinchback got the free kick, delivers the footy, bit of a fumble, but he runs, follows up and gets it back.
Johnson out of the contest has snapped it home.
Wow.
He won it to ground level. It somehow bounced back up to him, and despite being corralled by a handful of Wellers, snapped on goal, and his hot run of form continues. Third of the afternoon for Big Hugh.
I reckon he had 4 old Camberwell boys hanging off him then, Big Hugh, but still manages to kick it through.
12-10-82 to 1-2-8. The Collegians lead. That's on the Vic Pole Lighting Solutions scoreboard. Oh, Camberwell will be desperately looking to try and, or at least play for a little bit of pride here over the last, we'll call it 5 minutes and change, more likely than not in this third term. They'd love to get another one through the big sticks in this third term. Collegians will try and stop it, and they'll go forward through Ong. Greaves, I beg your pardon, is the target. And it was Graves that beat him to it. There we go. They were both in the same little area.
Great run off half back, getting involved with the the ball up in the middle. Just a relentless running from Collegians, and we can see it's all on show here today why they're on top of the ladder.
Winning the ball at the front was Lukic. Got corralled immediately. Purcell did well. Ended up in the hands of, that was Rutledge. Shoveled a handball out the side, ended up back with it. Skips the ball forward. Attacking the ball was Harker, couldn't win possession. Oh, nice smother with the back of the head there was Rutledge. He's going to get it again. His hands out the side door, finds Visser. Time and space now. And that's a nice mark with the defender closing in tough was Davidson. Nothing for him forward of the ball though.
They are working hard, but every possession seems to be under pressure, old Camberwell. They cannot get a clean footy.
4 Collegians, and it feels like there's purple jumpers everywhere as they try to exit this little flashpoint on the 50. Hugh Johnson's going to end up on it again. Takes his time, tries to survey and assess and find an option, which he does. That's Will Johnson on the outer side.
Yeah, they've been patient. They know when to go quick. Slow and fast plays. They've got it all.
McCleary's right around true centre wing position. His kick was judged to have not quite gone the required amount. McCleary, Johnson. A couple of cheapies for Huey round the back of D50. Into attack they go. Nice mark, McGuinness. Inside to Davey on the right peg. Nice hit up target too. Found his man in Walker.
Just patience from the back half. Just chipped it around, didn't they? Waited for the opportunity and then got some run through the middle and a great hit up.
Gives it off. McCleary, I beg your pardon. Sprays that one out to the right.
A little bit rushed there. Didn't need to give the handball. I'm not sure why he gave that one. He could have kicked it himself, but that's what they do. Collegians, they give the ball off. Very team orientated.
Heaves one outside 50 off the last line of defence. Johnson, that's Will, who won it. Beg your pardon, that was Lukic that won it and found the man in pinchback.
Yeah, tough to kick from there. He's given it off.
Snapping ball round the corner is good.
Wow.
Will Johnson snaps one home from the deep right forward pocket and gets his first of the afternoon.
That's nearly a goal of the day from that pocket. Very hard to kick from that side. He just got the cheapie off Maxi. Maxi loves a goal too. I'm not sure why he gave that one off, but the reason was he's given it to a partner who's a beautiful left foot and bangs it home.
Goal of the day contender for Accrue Accounting, and on the Vicpol Lighting Solutions scoreboard, Collegians 13-10-88, leading Old Camberwell 1-2-8.
Yeah, it's a bit sad, that scoreboard for Old Camberwell. 1 goal, 2. I'll be hoping they refocus this for this last quarter and get some goals on the board.
Back in the middle again. Johnson and Thomas this time do battle. Camberwell get what feels like their first clear clearance, I beg your pardon, in a long while. Little chipping ball inside from Rutledge, found Dalrymple, and he works it slow through Gale. And he in turn works it slow, finds his man Benny Hart. Needs to find a target here, the Wellers. Big punch from behind. Only got as far as Jimmy Allen. Inside, finds his man in Gale. His kick smothered immediately. Off to the races now. Lukic inside, nice tackle. They're going to say holding the ball. Did a really good job there, did Gale, getting back to stop the break. Will Dean was just a little bit slow, trying to use that one in attack. And here they come now again, the Wellers. Ball bounces on a point. Great tackle. Absolutely stuffed him. Did Harker. Now they've got a little bit of time and space to breathe. Uncontested, the little chip up the line. Off the boot there of Bazzani, and a lasso out of play.
Geez, you've got to be clean, don't you, on your entries against this side. The Wellers just making little mistakes and not as clean as they'd hoped for, and do Collegians jump on it. Such a skillful and well-drilled side.
Tumbles back into play. Johnson and Thomas do battle again. Ball gets to the bottom of the pack. Extracted well out of there was Oakley Kerr. High up and under in the Lukic direction. He took 3 bites of it and ended up taking the grab in the end. Chipping ball into the middle of GBO. Finds its way to Pockney. Got targets deep if he wants them. Went short. Found his way to McCleary. Long to the goal line. Going back with the flight was Johnson. And rushing it through did really, really well on the last line of defence. Well done there. Lockie Powell did a terrific job.
He's been a little bit quiet, Lockie Powell, but he did really well there.
A 50, I would imagine, for descent. Brings, wow, this is a serious, that's gone all the way to the centre circle. That's one of the longer 50s I've seen, I reckon. Short ball finds its way to Rutledge. Rutledge tries to hit a target inside 50. Got it to Bullock. His hands out the side to Gale, closing in on goal. Just doing too much with it. Goes across the face, one behind.
Yeah, bad luck, young Joshy Gale. Could have ran in a couple of more metres, but elected to kick and unfortunately drifts across the face.
Oh dear, that was dangerously close to turning back over. Ong did well to stand in the hole and gobble it up. Down the line is a nice kick that turns over again. Doing well being first to it was Visser, and he finds the target inside 50. As the third quarter siren goes. So is that Ross down
Young
there?
Ross, it sure is.
Lucky Ross, who has kicked 5 in his 9 appearances this season.
Yeah, hasn't had too many opportunities, young Rossi, but it'd be nice to go into three-quarter time huddle with a goal after the siren. Just give them something.
He'll kick from 25 to 30 metres out. 45-degree angle from the left forward pocket. Right foot kick is on the way and drifting. Falls through for one behind. So at the end of 3, it's Old Collegians 13, 11, 89. Leading Old Camberwell 1-4-10. We'll take a quick break here. This is VAFA Premier B Showcase Round here on VAFA TV. Don't go anywhere. Last quarter of this one coming right up. Welcome back to Gordon Barnard Oval. This is VAFA Premier B Showcase Round. All 5 games this afternoon, live and free on VAFA TV. We're set for a jump here in the 4th term. Collegians running away with this one. We'll get a look at the 3rd quarter huddle report for Mitchell Partners in a moment. This final term for Community Bank Melbourne East. Jack Thornton alongside me, Anson Brownless. Anson, you were down in the old Camberwell huddle at 3/4 time.
Yeah, Neil Connell just praised a few of the efforts that quarter. Graves, we spoke about, went back and did a nice job. And a couple of the young kids up forward really trying hard against a really polished opposition. So they're just going to hang in there. 1 goal's a bit grim for a day out of footy going into this last, but just try and get something to happen, generate a couple of goals, and keep working hard.
Yeah, on the other side, it was interesting listening to Geordie McKenzie at that break in the Collegians huddle, talking about the only blip on their afternoon that they need to clean up is the fact that they allow a D50 exit off a 50-metre penalty through an undisciplined bit of verbal after the behind. They allow it to get down and they get a score at the other end, and that's been the only real blip on their afternoon. So they'll no doubt look to clean that up, which they're well and truly capable of doing, mind you, but that was their only blip. We are back underway, as you will have noted. Collegians, who got the early clearance, got an early free kick as well, and they're going to go back to go forward through Johnson. Found Carroll on the short hop as well. And here's, I suppose you'd call him our man at this point of the day in Greaves. Greaves, I beg your pardon. Wow, done it again. Long ball forward. Goes in the direction of a handful of players. Dean was there, couldn't get hands to it. He does in the end. Cleans up at ground level. Shovels the handball at the front of the pack. His kick down forward was in the Lukic direction. Couldn't quite get hands to it, and rebounding out of defensive 50 is Oliver. Long kick down to half forward, doing well at the front. He claimed the mark. I'm not quite sure it was. That was Carroll, and he takes off. Kick goes to Will Johnson. Now Hugh Johnson. Johnson and Johnson. There's something in that. I'm not quite sure.
Shampoo.
It's going to be Johnson and Johnson again. It's a family company around the wing area. This ball will go forward. Here's Canny. Long ball in the Lukic direction. Had to fly at it. Decided to stay at ground level. The Wellers will try and clean up. Goes in the Barnett direction. Brennan just combined his 2 names. Garnett Brennan. Long ball inside 50 now from Canny again. Oh, stymied from behind was Benny Hart. It's going to be a ball up.
Yeah, they're still peppering Collegians. They haven't let up. We're hoping they might ease back in this last quarter, let the Wellers kick a couple, but it's not going to happen, I don't think.
Touched off the boot. Wells collected it. He's going to get collected high, though, for his trouble. And win a free kick. Last line of defence for the Wellers. They'll try and find some sort of target as they move forward. Purcell will be their avenue of exit. Oh, that's a tough-looking kick. Somehow it stays in bounds. Finds the target of Dalrymple. 60 out from the Collegians' goal. They'll go back again. That's tight to the boundary line. Well taken. Again, last line of defence. They've pinned themselves into a corner here a little bit, the Wellers. Long left foot kick goes in the direction of Brennan, who found a yard of space and was wide open in the end. Long ball into the centre of GBO. That's a perfect kick to find Noah Smith. This is the best team play we've found in attack for the Wellers this afternoon. Davidson got held up, chips into the middle. Well taken in the end there. That was well done by Jimmy Allen. Found a bit of space, and he'll have a set shot from this right forward pocket that's caused everyone some trouble this afternoon.
Yeah, Jimmy should have this one. He's kicked a few over the years in that pocket, but just the work rate of Jimmy Allen hasn't given up. He just keeps going and he's pushed forward and might get a nice little reward here.
Two
back
goals
him
on
in.
the season.
Oh, Jimmy.
His kick across the face and through for one behind.
Oh. Unfortunately, sprayed that one, Jimmy. I backed him in. 1-5 today.
Commentator's curse. It was unfortunately always coming at some point. So off the last line of defence, Collegians now trying to find an exit. D'Amico was the target, and the big punch from in front was Harker, who sends that one out of play. They'll have a ball in about 65 around from the Camberwell goal. Tumbles back into play. Front position was Barrett. At ground level, gets it at the side. Looked like McCleary was taken high. Nothing doing from the umpire. The ball up just inside attacking 50. So repeat stoppages again for the Wellers, but this time in their attacking half. It's the strong McCleary tackle. Wraps up Lockie Ross. Johnson front position. Wins the hit out. Got it as far as McGuinness, who snaps it round the corner, and it's coming back.
Joshy Gale there in the right spot. Gets a look. Just inside 50 he'll kick from. He's a beautiful kick, Josh. We might back him in here.
This is exactly where Johnson kicked his one from before, so he's had a bit of a look at one. Perfect angle for this, straight in front of us, and just pulls it off the tee with the little draw for one behind.
Yeah, it's good though. They've come out and had a bit of a crack, the Wellers. There's a couple of shots on goal, which they probably should have kicked. But a couple of forward entries. It's been a pretty long day for them, but at least they're trying to finish off here with something.
13-11-89 Collegians, 1 goal, 6-12. Old Camberwell, that's on the Community Bank Melbourne East scoreboard. Long ball up the line and touched out of play, centre wing position. Just in front of a nice little crowd down there in front of the, I suppose you'd call it the alternate car park here at GBO on that Baldwin Road side of the ground. Feels like there's not been a lot of play down that wing all afternoon, probably a product of the wind that's blown across the ground most of the day. At the side door, McCleary goes forward off a foot. Scrambled around a few sets of hands. Underneath it is Greaves trying to extract it.
Yeah, pretty scrappy over that side. It's a bit hard to see.
Well, I thought they were calling a free kick there. I saw the umpire's arm up, but he was just trying to get people to clear out. Johnson and Brennan again buffeted off the ball, and there'll be a free kick that's been pulled out of here somewhere, and it has been indeed. Peeling around the corner and going inside attacking 50. Lukic was first to it, got hands, couldn't take the grab. Exiting D50, out of bounds, seemingly on the full, but no, it did bounce before the line, was the kick from Graves. Another opportunity now for Collegians to go inside 50. Pounding right foot ball to the hot spot, flying from behind. That's Graves again.
He's done some nice things, hasn't he? Down
He's been
back
good today. Oh, this is a high, tough ball. Had to stand underneath it, was Gale. Did well to turn around Will Johnson. Found the target in Bullock. Bullock has, if he wants him, he's just come onto the ground as Powell. Decided against it, went in the Harker direction. Chipping ball inside was good. Found Purcell on the right. Pounds it inside 50. It was just a little bit too hot. Fell to the ground and just snapping across the face was Davidson.
A lot better build up, the Wellers. Got some clean hit ups through the middle and unfortunately couldn't finish. But another shot on goal to take it to 1-7 for the day.
1 goal, 7-13, trailing 13-11-89. Yet to score in this fourth quarter, Collegians. Nice little run of form for this Camberwell team that's been desperate for some good, well, anything this afternoon.
Yeah, they've had a good couple of months actually, but they've hit a brick wall today. Collegians completely outclassed old Camberwell so far.
Well, what point does, obviously you want to get through this game unscathed, as off to the races goes to Miko. He's going to get it back again. He's on the run. Greaves is forward. He's going to try and hit him, and does. Sensational coast-to-coast action there for Collegians.
Yeah, that's another highlight. They're just so clean, and the run they got through the middle there, just end to end before you know it. And Campbell had no chance to keep up, and found their target in the boy again, who's been up and down the ground and everywhere. Is Greaves, and he's kicked it.
He has indeed. So Greaves gets his first of the afternoon. No one's quite sure what's going on down there. A couple of Wellers are sort of holding their hands out as if to say, what's going on?
Might have been touched, was it?
I think everyone looked away. Felt it was a pretty much a lay-down misère from straight in front for Greaves. We'll go back to the middle, though. 14-11-95, leading 2 goals, well, 1 goal, 7, beg your pardon, 13 for old Camberwell. Their sole goal kicker, Noah Smith. I've been impressed with his day today. The green shoots are definitely there for this Camberwell team. Even though they've come up against the class of the competition, they've certainly not lost their hopes completely of a finals appearance in 2026.
No, they'll need to move on quickly, and they still should stay in the top 4 if things go right in the next few games. So, I mean, you look at today and you think, what a performance from Collegians. And what more could they have done? They had a few out today. Didn't go well with young Freddie. One down early. So they've still got to be competitive, move on pretty quickly, and get something out of this last 10 to 15 minutes.
That's a tough kick. Did well, did Brennan. Well smothered by Brennan again. Tried to shovel a handball over the top. That's probably the longest contest in the day for Camberwell, as well smothered down there by the big fella in Thomas. They welcome Ajax in next week, which is a very winnable preposition for Camberwell.
Yeah, they've got to stay positive. As we spoke about, some lessons learned here today from a very good structured side, and keep their heads up, keep fighting. That's what it's all about. Keep fighting. Premier B, you're not sure what's going to happen.
That's a terrific chase down tackle. Josh Gale's been everywhere this afternoon for the Wellers.
He didn't start that well, but he's certainly accumulated, and he's a good player. He's had a good year, Josh Gale.
Powell dinks inside. Davidson lost the footing, tripped over the turf monster. Deep inside 50. Had 3 to beat, and a really good clunk from behind. Liam Thomas
has those hands again. We haven't seen a lot of him today. He's been well held by Matty Warren there today, but you can see how dangerous he can be if we could get some quick entries with those big dukes. And he's a beautiful kick of the footy. He should put this one away.
Jefferson Automotive Mark of the Day contender. And Thomas will go back to try and kick the second for the afternoon for the Wellers. Clouds just starting to peel in. Feels like it's gotten considerably darker in the last 5 minutes as Thomas goes back and kicks a goal. Second of the afternoon for the Wellers. The crowd love it. The bench loves it.
Sure do. Why wouldn't they? He's a big, tall target. He's had a good year, Liam. They need him up and about the next few rounds.
So 2-7-19, Old Camberwell, 14-11-95, Collegians. That's on the Community Bank Malvern East scoreboard.
Lukic back on. Lukic. I thought they might rest him.
Well, I haven't seen Huey Johnson in a while either, who had a couple of extended rests in that third quarter. Well won out of the middle. Almost well won out of the middle by Dean. First to the hands on the ground with Davey. Shovels a handball out the side, pinch back. Got wrapped up immediately, and they'll ball it up again.
He's tireless worker in his pinch back. Has a great game and just keeps fronting up. He's a worker.
Snap kick out in the Greaves direction. First to the ball. Handball out the side door. Gets to Pockney. Kick inside 50, the Lukic direction. First to it, got hands. Ground level was D'Amico. Gets it back again. Tried to snap around the corner in the Putris direction. And they've got an opportunity to rebound here. The Wellers. Ball bouncing. Oh, big collision in the middle. Did really well to stand up in that one was Harker. Got his clock absolutely clean, chasing after that one, put his head over it and did really, really well.
The big body of Matty Warren collected him. Big clash in the middle.
Ong extracts out of the contest, finds Greaves. He peels around. They just slipped over in attack there. Did Collegians. It was Lukic who was the target. And the chiseling ball out wide finds Luke Davidson. Inside ball. Pretty tough. Left a lot for Rutledge to do.
Yeah, got a bit better at that. Luke Davidson, just take a bit more time to hit up. You cannot turn that ball over through the middle.
Feels like it's dropped about 5 degrees as well in the last 5 minutes. It is real chilly with the wind coming in across this ground. Lukic first to it. Tried to sort of scoop it up to himself. Couldn't get clean possession of it. And underneath, it's going to be a ball up. Just inside the centre square.
It's a bit darker too. We might have to turn the lights on.
Well, certainly a jacket on type situation now around this ground. Snapping ball inside 50 from, that was Pinchbeck. And then a snap goalward is escorted through for one behind. And immediately they'll take off. That's a nice kick to 50. Finds Purcell. Chips inside. Has to be good here. The handball over the top was even a little bit too strong for Day. Gale, who, as we said before, has been pretty busy this afternoon.
Evident again.
Had a little bit too much to do then.
A couple of skill errors, didn't hit their mark and just made it hard for old Camberwell. You just can't give Collegians that break.
Thomas, nice ball to the, almost looked to attacking 50, couldn't get it there. McCleary was stymied immediately by the encroaching Lockie Ross. First to it was Dean. Dean got the hands out the back and they'll spread, and it's an absolute paddock for Will Johnson if he wants it. Decided against going. Decides to just slow it up and chip a short one to Will Putris. Who's just going to heave one up forward. 2 to beat for Bailby. Did really well. Protected the drop nicely. They're going to look real deep. Greaves is down there. Couldn't fly at it. Had his run blocked. The Wellers will try and clean up around the last line of defence. They'll go through Ben Hart. He got contested immediately by Lukic. It's coming back again. Flying shot towards goal. Greaves is at the fly of it. He's at the back and punched through gratefully. Oh, they're going to call it deliberate.
I'm sure he had players around him to punch that through Tom Oliver. That's a very harsh penalty in the goal square for a deliberate forcing it through.
Well, I have seen it all at this level. We're really...
Oh, I guess he's got it.
Well, it would be Greaves who's ended up on the end of it. Just chips it through gratefully. Gets his second of the afternoon and extends that lead out just a little bit further. If it wasn't already a hammer blow, it certainly is now.
Yeah, he's probably, I think what caught the umpire's eye was a little bit, he might have been 5-6 metres inside the goal line to punch it through. Had it been closer, no one would have thought anything of it, but Tom's decision to punch it through about 6 or 7 metres out has caused a free kick the other way and a goal.
Might have actually been Will Dalrymple, because I think Oliver was right in the line, and then Dalrymple was sort of at the top of the square, but it just bounced on a point, and well, regardless, got nailed for it. Ball back in the middle now, and another exit. Easy clearance for Collegians. Standing up at the front of it, and now chipping out wide to find his man Gale. Looking forward, towing the sideline there was Purcell. Needs to be clean on the entry inside 50. Goes off a couple of sets of hands. At the bottom of it was Carroll. The hands over the top. Oh, geez, had to be really, really good there and wasn't. Warren got wrapped up in the tackle.
He was a bit slow there, and this is Callum Rutledge was all over him with a fine tackle and got his reward here dead in front, about 35-40 out.
So he'll have a shot to get the third of the afternoon for old Camberwell. He'll kick with negligible angle to speak of. Geez, someone's got a fair bit of claret leaking down on the sideline as the kick is right through the big sticks. First of the afternoon for Cal Rutledge. A small consolation goal is it's Dan Bullock, who's come from the ground with some serious claret leaking from upstairs. That injury update for Ortho Sport Victoria. A team of 13 Melbourne orthopaedic surgeons specialising in treating musculoskeletal conditions and injuries.
Yeah, looks like got his head in the wrong spot, young Dan. He'll learn from that, the young fella. Plenty of footy ahead for him. He's year 12 at Old Camberwell Grammar. So plenty of footy.
A lot of time ahead of him, and those young bucks have been in the wars today. Johnson back into the middle, got beaten to it that time. Tackled immediately there was Liam Thomas. Still managed to get his handball out. Will Johnson first to it. Beating him in turn was the man down there in Harker. Got the hands out the side. Collecting it pretty well was, well, he's been everywhere, hasn't he? Josh Gale. Ong is going to get tackled immediately by Purcell, who took him in a strong tackle. Purcell will try and find a target. That's a tough kick. Doing well to stand up and take the grab was Powell. Can go deep if he wants it. He's got the attacking Thomas, who's going to run and fly at it. Got beaten to it by McGuinness. Gets at the side. Ong's going to have to stand up and does. Well taken. In the face of some pressure. Greaves has just come back onto the ground. He could have gone down the line to him if he wanted it. Decided against it. This is a tough kick. Smith had to be really good. Was just a little bit late on that one. Free kick is well won in the last line of defence. Couple of targets presenting. That's a nice kick in the end, finding Parsons in the middle of the ground. And another little chippy sideways ball finds Dean. And this is where they've worked so well today, have Collegians. They've got their man out there on the outer side. That's McCleary. He goes back across the ground to the middle, finding Warren, and now all the way back to Ong, back where they started. Finds their man, Putris, up the line. Heaps of time and space here for Pinchbeck, who goes up the line. Balby did well to keep it in. Still keeps it in. Oh, waxing well together. Will Johnson down forward, gets to Canny. Johnson again. Be close to goal of the day if he can slot it, and he does!
Wow, they were on full display, the skills there, and Johnson finishes it off. But a couple of party tricks from the Collegians boys there. Some handball over the top, no lookers. And they've gone a switch out of the back line and end to end again. What play? Should be play of the day, nearly, I think, Jack.
The Crew Accounting goal of the day contender for Will Johnson, his second of the afternoon. 16-10, 108. No, 16-12, I beg your pardon, 108.
And they have been relentless all day. nearly coming 25-minute mark in the last. They have not let up, Collegians, and we've witnessed a great performance today.
Back in the middle, Hugh Johnson wins first hands to it. Got to ground level. And immediately wrapped up was McCall.
Huey in the middle, he'd have to be tied, wouldn't he? But he's still going, still
winning.
winning.
Rest in the start of this fourth quarter. So maybe not quite as tired as we think. He's had great work rate across the ground in this fourth quarter when he's been on the ground. Out the back door, had to be really good with it. Oh, had to stand up in the middle as well. That's well taken by Oakley Kurt. Into attack they go. Here's Greaves. Got options deep. Lukic tries to present to the pocket. They will go in that direction and honour it. Doing really well from behind was Oliver. They'll clean up at ground level through Benny Hart. Now Dalrymple out wide. They've got Oliver again. You're working with the hands here, Robertson. They needed to be a little cleaner with it. Opportunity goes begging. McCleary. They've got the spread to Will Johnson if they want it. They went shorter in the Walker direction. Now they go through Johnson. Has room if they want it. Chipping ball out the side. Scott Belby. Not a lot presenting deep down the line. So they'll go short to Parsons. Still not a lot presenting deep. Lukic makes a lead at it, uses the body to effect. Still not much deep. Greaves wants it deep on the last line. He's got a couple to beat if they go in that direction. Oh, that's a massive hook. Just an absolute mung of a kick that might work. Didn't in the end. The Wellers will try and pounce on the counter. Davidson out in the outer side wing. Smith ahead of it. The kick goes in that direction. Walker has to be good and is. Great punch from the vet as it trickles out of play. So they'll toss it back in right on the paint of 50 in the Camberwell half. 27 minutes gone, final term. That's on the Community Bank Malvern East scoreboard. Hugh Johnson, he'd have to be up there with the best on today. And it's hard to go past a bloke that kicked 4, but 3 and 1 million hit-outs would be hard to go past. They'll clean up last line of defence.
Look at this back line too. They're so organised, just clean hit-ups when they need to, and then just hold up if they need to.
D'Amico presented on the short little hit-up target, and they'll go around the last line of defence through Warren. And as you mentioned, that organised defence for Collegians, but they're going to run away a big win this afternoon. It turns into 15-0 on the season for Collegians. They'll run out an 83-point victor. Old Camberwell just outclassed on the day.
Yeah, they certainly were. Collegians had winners all over the ground. Their back line so organised. The midfield, plenty of the ball, led by Hugh. We saw his dominance. He just takes over games. He's hard to stop. And their forwards, they've got that many forward options. They run deep with their forwards. Everyone was up and about, and a couple to some of their forwards was forward to Lukic. So just a dominant display. Just far too good on the day for Old Campbell. We tried hard to compete and had the little periods where they probably could have kicked a few extras on the scoreboard today, but purely outclassed.
Take a turn for our post-game show. That's for the Australian Venue Company. 10% discount at the College Lawn, Middle Park Hotel, and the Smith Paran when using the ABC, the Pass app, using the code Collegians FC. Collegians too good on the afternoon. They win this one by 83. So next weekend they will play host to Williamstown. For the Wellers, they've got Ajax coming into the building this time next week. So an opportunity to bounce back for them.
Yeah, they've got to do it quickly too, and move on pretty quickly. I would have thought some little learnings out of today. They played some kids we spoke about who got some game time, but a lot of their players were down today, and that's only because Collegians just didn't let them hold the ball and move the footy. Just a clinical display by Collegians.
Mark of the day for Jefferson Automotive Group. There are a couple over the course of the afternoon. I'm inclined to go the direction of the big pack mark that was taken, I think it was in the fourth quarter, by big Liam Thomas as he presented at the ball with the High Dukes.
Yeah, beautiful leap, wasn't it? And he finished off with that goal. It was a great mark. I agree with you there.
Goal of the day for Accrue Accounting, managing clients' financial needs for more than 150 years. Contact Andrew Lane for trusted end-to-end advice. Well, it's hard to go past that Will Johnson team goal in the fourth quarter where he bent it back with the left peg from the right forward pocket. Hard to go past that one.
Just a classy goal, wasn't it, from a classy player? Yeah, I agree. A beautiful finish deep in the fourth.
Take a look around the grounds quickly. That's for Bluemouth Interactive, delivering joy to gamers through exciting gaming technology, furniture and merchandise. No doubt something right up your alley, Anson, I'd imagine. Big gamer yourself?
No, no, not really. No.
Around the grounds, though, we'll have a look over to Della, who find themselves 5 points down deep in the last quarter against Williamstown. It's 12-9-81, trailing 13-8-86 in that one. Old Carey looking to take a big win down the road at Carey. 29-129, leading Old Melburnians 7-12-54. Ajax, a big deficit they find themselves against Beaumaris, who have run away with that one, 14-9-93 to 6-11-47 Ajax. And then elsewhere, a low-scoring affair at Como Park, 5-10-40. No, this is late in the third quarter, I beg your pardon. I forgot we had the late game this afternoon. So, Old Geelong, 5-10-40, currently trailing 6-9-45. So you can catch that one on your mega wall in this one. But in the meantime, here at Gordon Barnard Oval, it was an 83-point victory for Collegians. Anson, it's been a pleasure.
It has. I expected a little bit more from my old boys, old Camberwell, but as we spoke about, purely outclassed. And goes to show they're the red-hot favourites, aren't they, Jack? But I have enjoyed the day, and thank you for the invite. It's good to get out and watch local footy, mate.
It's been an absolute pleasure to have you. On behalf of the whole MySport Live TV crew, it's Jack Thornton signing off from Gordon Barnard Oval. It's been Collegians, the class above in this one. 16-12, 108, their victory over Old Camberwell, 3-7-25. Back with you next week for more VAFA action from around the leagues.